Hello and welcome to my channel. I want to play with some neutral backgrounds today, adding more neutralness to them, and then ending up with some texture paste at the end after I make them into tags and whatnot. So I'm just going to take, these are going to be for a grungy journal. So my background is going to be a little more on the, I'm not doing the whole stencil by the way, a little more on the grungy side, and the texture paste may be a little more on the fancy side, because that's kind of how I do things, kind of like where I'm just doing letters here and numbers that you can't necessarily even tell what they are, but they're adding some background. It's all for background. And I'm using archival ink because I may do some gesso. I think I might do some gesso. Let's do some gesso on this one. The other ones I don't know, but this one I do want to use a little bit of gesso. Let me find a, oh my goodness, card of some sort. One of these will work. And just want a thin layer. Okay, good. So I'm just gonna take some out and kind of wipe it off on my thing over here, and I'll put it back in there because apparently I took it all off, and just so it's not too thick, just get a little bit here and there. Go in both directions. I mean, you can go crisscross too if you want, but if you could see, my papers are all kind of lined up and down, so that's what I would prefer for my things. Did I do my intro? I don't know. I was very much into getting started with this because I was working on the coffee journal, and I had an old tag that I made similar to this, and I just was like, I want to make that. So, you know, I mean, that video was plenty long, so, you know, thought I'd take a break from the journal and work on this for a second. Let me just wipe that off real quick. Like I said, I just wanted a little bit of gesso in the background for some texture. This is just like a silicone Teflon mat. It came in like a set of 10. I mean, it won't last forever, but I've got 8 more. It does wipe clean fairly well though, so, and it helps protect, well, it's too small to protect my craft mat underneath. That's why I have the other paper underneath that, because I have already gotten ink and whatnot on the mat, the new mat. Gail's doing much better with her new mat than I am. I want to keep these neutral. Sorry, I see a paint up there that is similar in color to you know, to my kit that I'm using. All right, I'm gonna spray this with water, then I'm gonna do some espresso and some vintage photo. That's probably way more than I wanted. And then I'm gonna spray this one with water, which is all book page, so I don't have to worry about it running, and just put that on top of that. And just get, oh, I like what's happening with the it's making it darker on the edges. I love that. Okay, and then of course where the gesso is, the ink's gonna take it differently. Let me dry these real fast and I'll be back. All right, before I dry this, I want to try to come back in with my wipe and lift some of it off, because once it's dry it's a lot harder to do. But I think if I do it while it's still wet, I can get some of the, you know, do like Andrea does, and maybe not a wipe. I don't know. Wipe just leaves too much, my goodness, my wipes are like really, that did, well, a little bit came off, but it's not quite as, let's try water. And then come back through and lift that off. Do that with the numbers too. We're just trying this because I've not been able to successfully do that. I've seen other people do it where, you know, they try to take off some of the ink because it's, you know, supposed to, you know, it's water reactive, and mine usually doesn't, but I usually forget and I didn't see nothing. I'm so annoyed. Why won't it work for me? What am I doing wrong? Obviously, I'm doing something wrong. That's all right. I'll come through with ink after. All right, I'll dry these for real this time. Well, since taking away color didn't work, let's try adding some color. I might have to get my espresso or walnut stain or something out, but we'll see. It will definitely show up where the gesso is. And for this one, I think I'm just going to use the whole, because this is the whole stencil, because it's going to get cut out. And, so, you know, they're not going to be on they'll just be on like 1 or 2 tags, or maybe more, depending on where it gets cut. And I will hopefully do like a blind cut. So, and where the gesso is, it'll definitely show. So, it's just really, 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 subtle. Subtle is the word. Let's see. Where I got potting soil. Trying to stay neutral. You don't need to do, oh, I could do metallic, but Jumbo Java. Let's do that. Because it is a coffee journal after all. It looks like it could be just a little bit shiny, maybe. Oh, it's orangey, reddish. It's alright. It's still kind of a neutral. I'm kind of a little annoyed that my stencil didn't stay straight, but okay. Well, we're getting hints of stuff and stuff in the background anyway. There we go. And I should be going up to Massachusetts again, middle of February. Dad made his appointments. He still sees his eye doctor up in Massachusetts. So I get to see my aunt and my Graham, and my aunt and I like to craft together. And while Graham watches murder, she likes more murdery stuff than I like cozy mysteries. She likes some strong stuff. Let's see, what potting soil is kind of a more brown. Where? Oh, right here. I was just saying, where's my Tim Holtz stamps? Because they're always good for some grunginess. Just gonna put a bunch of browns on here and see what we get. I'm wanting neutral because there's a lot of color in the journal that I'm making. So a little neutral will help calm things down a little bit. I did go a little, well, some of you will say, no, you didn't go overboard. I went the amount of color I wanted to go with the journal, so with the kit. So, and if you are wondering what kit I'm talking about, if you look at the video entitled Coffee Journal with a picture of a squirrel on it, that explains what the kit's about. I would ask that you, if you're not subscribed, it would be nice if you would subscribe before you go get the kit. It is, I like it. I really, it's one of my favorite kits that I've made, to be honest. I'm allowed to say that, right? I hope so. Let's see. So, I'm not sure how I feel about that. Jumbo Java was just very red, but that's okay. It just feels red to me. Oh, Vintage Photo is a different brown, isn't it? You know what? I don't know what happened to my, whatchamacallit, my damask. Tim Holtz damask has disappeared into the ether. into the, it used to be here. That's why there's a piece there, because it came with that one. Yes, I have 2 of these by accident. I mean, I accidentally opened the second one, is basically what the accident was. I meant to hold on to it and maybe give it to somebody someday, but no. Are there any on this side? No, I don't have any pockets on that side. I have the ability to put pockets on that side if I get more stencils. I do not have a video where I made this. There is a live on Penny's Junk Journal with Penny on Facebook. I did it as a live, and I don't delete those lives unless she does. I don't know, because I'm not an admin anymore. So, but yeah, that's where I did make this. But it's pretty simple to make. Let's see. So I don't have my canvas, so I'll probably just use the swirl. And I'm going to do that after I cut these down. So, well, I was going to try one more stencil. What am I doing? All right. I can do this. Let's see. All right, hold on a second. I got to put my brain back in my head. All right. Did I? Yes. Okay. I'm going to, this pad, what happened to it? Why do my little pads get destroyed? Anybody else have that issue? Just me? This is, it's barely showing. But sometimes subtle is fine and good and whatnot. These are Seth After. This one's Seth After. This little box here is Seth After. There we go. Now it's showing a little more. Nice. Like I said, I want the juxtaposition of, I want the grungy in the background. And it'll either be coffee or something a little more fancy on the front. Got some flowers. I did not find a damask yet. Not the size I want, but oh no, I did. But it's a little bit bigger, but that's all right. All right, let's cut this. Let's cut it. And okay, I guess I'll have to cut that bottom part afterwards because I'm not using the right cutter. Where? How come my other one's not on top? It's usually the one that's on top. It's all right. We're gonna make this work. Let's see. Get that in there. Oh, do it upside down? You're right. I'll do it upside down. All right. Let's do 4 inches, give or take. I'm probably gonna actually want to use the line on the back of my paper so that I get it good and straight. Even off this end. Oh, come on. Why do you hate me? That line there and that line there. Go. And actually, I might leave that. But first, I think I'll do a 6 inch. So we'll have a smaller one and a larger one. Okay. Then make this 5 inches. Okay, put that up all the way. Oh, that's why Gail always brings it down here. And then this is like 7 inches, so maybe 3.5. And we'll have 2 wide tags. Just make sure my line is straight on my line. Okay. So those can be at the top or they can be at the bottom for that little fun grungy kind of thing happening there. So I have mostly large tags now. I'll do some smaller ones. And I think I'll be okay with that. So 3, no, 2.5. Thing is, I'm more likely to write on a larger one, so I think I might leave that one larger. All right. So now I'm going to grab one of my pastes. Texture paste translucent or texture paste opaque. I think I'll do opaque because that one's open. Yeah, that's how I make my decisions. Oh good, it's still, I've not lost it to the depths of not using it to, yep, this one I think has less color. I'm not good. I'm bad art tool, mama. Just in case you didn't know, now you know. I might need that wide one for a coffee one. And this, I just kind of want to put this kind of down in the corner. Mostly I just want that damask. I don't need, some of this down here maybe. I'm not covering the whole, not covering the whole thing. That looks about right. Only looks nice, like, then if I want to put a word or something at the top, I can. Kind of wish I was going up a little bit more, but that's all right. You don't want to put your texture paste back in your jar. It's not a good idea, she says, as she does it. This one, because it's got the 45 and that would bother me to be upside down, I will not do that. So this, I definitely won't want to put this texture paste back in because it's going to get this ink color on it, which I'm okay with. And I just want the coffee in the middle. And because I sprayed that earlier, I'm going to get all kinds of interesting things happening on the coffee itself. And like I said, don't put that back in. I need to use it on something, but also I need something to scrape this bottom bit off. There we go. So that's kind of cool. What else? Oh, I wanted to do a strip of, I need to make sure I wash those right away. A strip of these going down the side maybe. This is the from the Breakfast Strips, PM Artist Studio, and the other ones were well, this one's just from Amazon, so that's fun. And the coffee one of them is Stamperia, and the other one was from what's the word I want? One was from Stamperia, and the other one was from AliExpress. That's the word I want. What's that? Okay, I'm putting this one so that the coffee cup's on the opposite side. This is, do I have a smaller tag than this? Is this my smallest tag? It might be. One of these is my smallest tag. Okay. Oh, I think I have enough on there. I don't know why I like to put things down on the right, but I do. There we go. This is the one that said it's opaque, but yet my polka dots are showing through. I'm trying to hurry because I need to go wash those right away. But there we go. Like that. And whoops, that was not smart. Put it to the side. Don't get stuff all over it. I want another one with a damask. Which way are we going with this one? I think for this one, I'm going to use this to scoop because I don't want to get all that color in there. I'm going to do the middle and then just kind of go out. And whatever I get going out is what I'll get. And that's where some more of the grunge comes in, is that I'm not doing it perfectly. But, the one thing that is perfect is that one damask in the middle. Just like the damask with the grunge. Maybe even a little swirl. Once again, not putting my one that has the dark brown stuff on it, although that's higher than I want it. Easier down there a little bit. And then I'm going to go wash these. I'm not wiping them right away like I should be. It's better to wipe them right away. Just don't be like me. Be better. All right. Here we go. We got that. I'm just going to add some texture to this by putting what's left on my thing. Close this, and I'm going to take my palette knives and my stencils and go wash this stuff off, because if you don't, it'll never come off. Okay, so some of these will be journal cards, and some of these will be tags, and some will be pockets, You can, oh, let's see. These ones, the had the color that got picked up from that stencil, the coffee stencil. They're not quite dry yet. I might come through. I just touched that, didn't I? I might come through and outline that after, just to bring it out a little bit more, or I might not. Depends what I'm looking for. I'm not gonna cut my edges and stuff right now because it's still drying. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope, you know, you'll have, if you have this stuff on hand, that you will try it out. If you do not have like a texture paste, just use some paint. You know, use your sponge and just dab some color, and you know, use what you have. I totally encourage you to use what you have. You don't need to buy a bunch of stuff like I did. Don't be like me. You actually can be more creative with less stuff. So, you know, think outside the box, and you'll come up with some great ideas. And or tell me what you have in the comments, and I'll try to come up with some ideas to help you out. Or I probably have whatever you have, and I can make something with that. So, you know, comments like that and suggestions like that are totally welcome. I hope you have a delightful day, guys, and know that I love you.